Of all my creative endeavors over the years, nothing has been more challenging or fulfilling to me than the chimes. Here's how they came about. For the Christmas Eve party I gave in 1990, I set up some special entertainment for the kiddies in the guest room. It consisted of cardboard tubes, the kind Christmas wrapping paper is rolled on, taped together to form a downhill chute for marbles to pass through. At intervals along the tubing, I made holes in which I hung toy bells for the speeding marbles to hit. A marble would be inserted in the tubing at the top of the chute. On its trip down the chute, it would mark its progress with a ding from each bell along the way. The kids couldn't get enough of it. The concept fascinated me so, I thought, why not set up a large number of bells, all pitched differently, so that the marble would play a complete tune on its trip down the chute. With that thought in mind, I was off and running. I discovered that copper tubing, used for water pipes, gave a nice chime sound when tapped with a hard object. All I had to do was to cut the tubing into the proper lengths for the notes I needed. The tune would have to be apropos of Christmas, inasmuch as I planned to have the contraption ready in time for the next Christmas Eve party. I decided on Joy to the World. There were still a great many things that had to be figured out. First, what would I use for a track? And how would it be mounted? The whole thing had to be light and easily dismantled. I decided to stick to cardboard. It turned out to be a fascinating project, with one stumbling block after another. Distances between each chime had to be carefully gauged in order to obtain the correct timing between notes. Since the backboard on which the track was mounted was to be 4 feet wide by 6 feet high, some way had to be invented for continuing the tune when the marble reached the bottom of the chute. This problem was solved by means of a series of triggers and gates. The project lasted from January until May. Amazingly, the thing actually worked. I gave the first performance at the Christmas Eve party given by Bill and Sarah Lee Stokes at their home in Berwyn, Pennsylvania in 1992. The reaction was one of complete incredulity. The men were especially curious, asking all kinds of questions while close inspecting this weird contrivance. I think they were looking for something electrical. I assured them that the energy came entirely from gravity. I've continued to put up the chimes every year around Christmas time, and I'm happy to say they're holding up just fine.